In terms of classification, USPSA, how would a typical guy from your old job classify? Honestly, B class. B class and C class is how most of those guys would classify, in my opinion. I'll probably take some hate from that, but honestly, understand that that shit's a game and there is a structure to the game. And a lot of those guys would initially classify as B class shooters or C class shooters, and then very quickly understand the game. And if they wanted to get into it, uh, very, very quickly would they class up to A class M and GM level, I think. So for me personally, I can only talk about my experience. My initial classification, USPSA, was an A class shooter. Um, and I had four. The way it works, you get your first four scores. I was shooting production division, determine your classification, and I had like 198, a 97, and a 22. Because that's how matches work, right? You sometimes the shit doesn't go your way. So I classified as an A class, and then it took me another four matches, and I ended up going from A to GM. But I can't stress enough the amount of work. I was very dedicated to it. The amount of work I was putting in, that shit almost ruined my life. It almost ruined my marriage. Um, it was all I was doing was focusing on that. I was still working full time, but I was in early in the morning, dry firing and training. And then we did team training and everything throughout the day. When all the dudes left, I went back to the range and worked on USPSA stuff. Right. So ultimately, like what I take away from that is you're gonna get where you want to go, but you're gonna have to put in the work. And it's not Instagram work. It's not fucking 5 or 10 minutes a day. Like I was religiously, almost to a point of psychotically dedicated to getting better in this one world, in this one part of this world. And it paid dividends for me because what I learned throughout that journey was things that I could translate to other parts of my training, right? And I got really good at understanding concepts and measuring time and what was good and what was not good, and really became objective in looking at training processes altogether. Like to me, I can't sell it to people enough, right? If you are a tactical shooter, fucking shoot competitively, get into it. It's only going to pay dividends. It doesn't translate directly, but there's things that you're going to take away that are going to make you better at your job. Um, I agree with that.